Hi, this is Claudia. Welcome to Who's Buzzin'. Today I have Whit. Congratulations on your latest release, the Wonder demo disc. So I wanted to ask, what was the inspiration behind spelling wonder with a U instead of an O?
Really what it came down to was just making it more unique in terms of Wonder. Really, like, the main song of the whole project, Wonder, it just reminded me so much of like I Wonder by Kanye West. And this I Wonder is like with an O, and I kept looking up Wonder and everything like that, and everybody who spells Wonder spelled it with an O. So just to make it easier for people to find, put the U in it, made it a little more unique, just because I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What was the inspiration behind the EP as a whole?
For the EP as a whole, really the inspiration was just like love and relationships in general with people. Because, I mean, through the EP, it's kind of like a story of somebody, just stuck with somebody else that they're not really in a relationship with. They're kind of like in a situationship with, where they keep calling them to, like, help them out whenever, like, their boyfriend or girlfriend isn't really doing the thing for them. So, somebody only being there, having somebody there only when you need them, but never when they need you type thing.
Oh yeah, does that come from personal experience?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's very personal. So every time I perform some of the songs on that project, I always like start off by saying like, this is all very personal to me because I write this from experience, not completely, but a lot of it is from experience.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And I like how there's such like a big meaning behind the EP and how it's like really close to you. And I see that you've gotten like a lot of positive feedback from people posting you on their blog or their Instagram. How does that feel?
It feels great. Finally to have people like actually like the music. It's not so much people didn't like the music, but having people actually like spread it around outside of me and the people I know is really cool. Because usually you post it and then your family and your friends post it and then nobody else likes it. But now people are actually seeing it and it's looking like this year might be the year to like explode, possibly, I hope. Let's knock on wood.
You know what? We all start somewhere, and I'm sure it's a good feeling just to see that your music is even reaching like beyond St. Louis. Like I saw on your Instagram story that you have like people saying like, hey, come perform to LA, come perform to Toronto. So that's really cool. Like you're reaching Canada.
Yeah, Canada. I don't. I've never met anybody from Canada or anything like that. So I've never been, and I'd love to go. It's crazy. So many people, and like I think last year, like my Spotify rap said like 128 countries, which I can't even name that many. So it's crazy.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've had a really good start to 2023. What else can we expect from you this year?
This year, tons of remixes. So I love the project where it is right now, but really what I want to do is I want to do a flip or a remix of the entire project, sort of like Denzel Curry did with like Unlocked 1.5 and 1, where I have producers from St. Louis kind of like remix or flip some of the songs. We get some new verses on there and everything like that, just to make it kind of more about the city. And I'm going to call it the City Edition. And then, of course, remixes of all those songs and brand new stuff, collaborations and stuff like that this year.
Yeah, so who is your dream collaboration? Like if you could collaborate with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Anybody in the world right now? Damn. One person. Probably Frank Ocean.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Frank
Your voices
Ocean.
mix so well together.
Yeah, I would love to work with Frank Ocean just because everything he does is crazy. If he comes out the house to actually do it. If Frank Ocean isn't available, Tyler the Creator for sure.
Ooh, that would also be really cool. Like getting a Tyler the Creator feature, let's manifest that for you, or Frank Ocean, either one.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator might be a bit easier because you don't know how Frank Ocean is.
Yeah, Frank's somewhere holed up right now. I don't even think he knows that he's performing Coachella soon, so I don't know where he is.
He just hid it in a little bubble
For
somewhere.
sure, for sure.
So whenever you spoke about like the remixes, I noticed you wanted to highlight some people from St. Louis. So is that something like you really want to focus on, building a community here and working with people in St. Louis?
Yeah, so completely like the entire time I've been making music, I've kind of been more singular. I've kind of been like looking inward and like working on my stuff by myself. I've been trying to be like a jack of all trades at all times and stuff like that. But honestly, it should be more a community effort. What I think of is like Chicago back in like 2014, 15, 16, when Chance was rising up, Save Money was rising up, and things like that. Atlanta, things like that, where everybody kind of, you know, goes up. It's not just one person. So I'm kind of trying to bridge the gap between, you know, everybody I know from the county, everybody I know from the city, and so we can make like projects together and stuff like that to build us all up. Because St. Louis has a lot of talent, way too much talent to not blow. So I think it's really important to build a community here.
Yeah, so how do you plan to really bridge that gap?
So at the moment, I am trying to do as many like big studio sessions, to meet as many people, which is hard for me because I'm not usually like an extrovert like that and stuff like that. But it's just building relationships with other artists and like-minded people that, you know, they may not sing or rap, but they may, you know, shoot videos, they may do art, and finding a way to get everybody in on it, I think is a way to like just spread the message that, you know, St. Louis can be together and we can be the next biggest music town, for sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely believe there's a lot of talent here in St. Louis, and we definitely we're on a path to like growing that community and becoming that music town. So it's really cool. I'm sure you're really happy to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would never thought that I would be a part of it, for sure. Until like last year, when we did Master Camp, I saw something happening, but until then I didn't meet all the people, and that's kind of like the catalyst to like bring us to this point right now where I'm getting as many people together as possible. I'm meeting everybody, and like we're hoping to do some big stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's exciting. Do you plan to like make any videos and release those this year?
I hope so. I have 0 videos right now. I should. I literally only have like TikToks, and that's it. So I have a friend. His name is A Shot Me. Really good videographer from St. Charles. He goes back and forth between New York and here. He's gonna try and I'm gonna have him film as much stuff as possible for me this year.
Oh yeah, well I look forward to seeing all of those. Let's hope that you can at least get 1 or 2 videos out this year.
Hopefully more than that. Hopefully we can do like a whole. My plan for the EP is to get like a live version of the EP done.
Oh wow.
Also, so many versions. Let's see how many of these things actually like get done. But like whole live version where we get the whole thing filmed like a tiny desk theater.
Yeah.
And we put that out.
That's pretty cool. I really like that idea, especially just like, I mean, just those live performances lately have just been like really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you can use that on TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
So that's what's really good about
Just
it.
hip hop, R&B with some actual drums and guitars, and it's so beautiful.
So do you produce or play any instruments, or are you just a vocalist?
I'm mostly just a vocalist. I used to play the piano, I used to play the saxophone, I used to play the flute, I used to play the trombone.
Wow.
Big used to, right? So I haven't touched any of these instruments in so long, I don't even know if I can read music anymore. That being said, I want to learn guitar this year and want to get back into playing piano. In terms of production, I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends that do it, so I think I'm cool, but I want to try and get back into it too. Mostly I sing and rap, and even then I need to get some singing lessons.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like quite a few instruments that you used to know how to play. Were you in band or something?
Yeah, I was a band nerd for a little bit. Middle school and high school until like sophomore year of high school, I was in band. I wanted to be in marching band. I saw a drum line one time, and I just knew I wanted to do that. And then it just didn't fit with all the stuff I wanted to do, with like football and stuff like that. And then I still found myself coming back to music a few years after that. So.
Well, that's pretty cool. So, how did you get into making your own music and writing songs?
Actually, it wasn't even my idea. It was a friend of mine over in St. Charles. Like his name is Jay. Mm-hmm. So a friend of mine, Jay, and another friend of mine, Connor, CEB. They both kind of wanted to rap, and they're like, "We're gonna start this whole like thing. We're gonna try to rap fresh out of high school, right?" So they start trying to rap, and me and a buddy of mine wanted to like just film it. Mm-hmm. So I came to film it one day, and they're like, "This song would sound great with a third person on it. You trying to rap?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And then from there, I just kind of like started making music. I started rapping with them. It's bad. It was bad, but it was a good start. From there, we moved on to like, singing. Then we kind of branched apart. Came back together at some points with production and singing and stuff like that. And it's just, 2020 was like the biggest other time for me to make music because I had to sit there all day and I had nothing to do but like sing to myself. So why not record it?
Yeah. So who inspired you to start making music?
I think I'd say it was my brother. If not just my brother, then also at the time Kanye West, because I really, really liked what he did in Chicago and did for Chicago, and just his come up in general with how he was like this small time dude that was just like, I can do it, and it's just like his belief in himself kind of helped me kind of believe in myself in a sense. And my brother used to make music also, and seeing him doing everything also kind of like made me think, oh, I can do that too. So when I was a kid, I used to look up to my brother a lot and Kanye West. So
That's really cool. It sounds like you're a big Kanye fan.
for sure.
What's your favorite Kanye song?
Favorite Kanye song? Damn, on the spot with these favorite songs. Favorite Kanye song gotta be "Gone" from his second album.
Okay, that's
I
a
love that
good
song.
choice.
Yeah.
So another favorite question,
Mm-hmm.
if you have one, what is like your favorite song from your EP?
Favorite song from my EP would be, it's a tie. So it's either Weird Flex or Don't Fuck With Me. Weird Flex is the last song I recorded. It just came together so quickly that it just feels good to listen to. But Don't Fuck With Me, like I had it in the tuck for a long time. I even performed it like a few times at different shows. And I just love the way that song like moves. So it's kind of a tie. Kind of way of getting out of that question.
Oh, I'm sure that's a hard question to
Yeah.
answer. Like, I don't even know if I could answer that question. I've listened to the EP a couple times now, and like each time I listen to it, like my favorite song changes. Like, I really like Wonder, but then it's like Don't Fuck With Me,
Yep.
and then the next thing you know, it's like all of them are my favorite, really. So, do you plan to like release a full album or anything?
Hopefully soon, but I kind of wanna. This EP is kind of gonna take up my year. What really inspired me for this EP is last year when I saw what Sir Eddie did with Gelato.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to like get the full runtime out of this EP. Like spend a whole year, maybe more, promoting this because it is just music. It is music that like is important, and I think people should listen to it. So a lot of people drop EPs and then forget about it. I want to drop it and I'll make sure it stays with people. It's like that food that sticks to you. It's like cornbread that sticks to you. That's what the music should be like.
I really like that because you see some people who they just drop an album or an EP or a single and then they just forget about it. So that's going to be really interesting to see how you continue this rollout beyond the release.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that and to see everything that you have to come. So I saw that you had a performance last Saturday,
Yes, I did.
and I hope it went really well.
Yes,
I
it
saw
did.
some videos and just great job. Like it seems like you're really good at that performance aspect. So what is your background with performing? Like have you had a lot of performances or no?
In terms of performing, it comes from kind of band, and then when I was really young, we used to sing at church a lot in front of like everybody at church, and that was pretty nerve-wracking and stuff. So like those two things kind of is all I have in terms of performance. Outside of that, I've learned a lot from people like, can't remember his name, Master Camp.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Mastermind? Is that who you think?
No, it was one of the instructors.
I know who you're talking about. Jamarco.
Jamarco.
Yes.
Jamarco, like he in like 30 minutes really like changed the way I look at performing. And like the last time I saw him, he saw me perform at Grow Fest. I like as soon as we were done, I went straight to him to try and ask him, hey, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? Like he really opened my eyes to like how performing is. It's not just like singing the song, because like every other time I went up there, I just sang the song and then like I walked out. It's kind of more. it's the emotion, it's the way that you perform it. It shouldn't be the same as you do on the record. It should be something, it should be an experience that everybody can like get out of it. So they can go, okay, I want to go to a Whit show. Because he, every single time, gives his all in a different way. So he really helped me with performing in just 30 minutes. And I need to try and find some time to get like more coaching from him because he's good.
Oh, yeah. What were like the key takeaways from his discussion that you took?
It was basically the making every performance unique in that you want to make sure that people want to come to your shows, not just want to come to your show to hear your music, but to see you perform. You want to go out there and perform. It's the difference between like what makes Beyonce great versus what like makes another singer great. Another singer may be able to sing better than Beyonce, but Beyonce's gonna like kill it. She gonna kill it. She gonna move. She gonna dance. She might do a backflip. You don't know, right? She's doing all this other stuff, which is the difference between a performer and it's just a singer. Tons of people can sing, less than you think, but tons of people can sing on a record, but not everybody can perform in like a high level. And I think just him talking about that and like showing us different videos of examples of that and like emotion in performances and stuff like that was a big eye opener.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And there is a really big difference in like a performer and a singer, so I'm really glad you brought that up. What inspires your creativity to like write songs and just do what you do? It
comes from being a quiet kid for most of my life. For most of my life, I try to stay away from certain things. I'm a quiet kid. I'm an introvert, like down to my core. But you know, at a certain point, it's like I want people to hear what I want to say, and instead of like blurting out in the middle of a conversation and stuff like that, I just write it down in music, and I give you the raw version of my music. You'll literally hear exactly how I'm feeling in my music, and it's like it feels good to get that out and have people be able to hear that. So that's kind of where I pull from. It's just like I need to get these thoughts out because you know that's like one of the only ways I can.
Yeah.
So that's basically where I take it from.
Okay, so it sounds like with being an introvert, you probably had to really step out of your comfort zone to like get your face out there and release your music. So what would be your advice to other people who are also introverts to start making music and like how to proceed with like just being comfortable with being on camera and like being behind the mic?
I would say it's about finding your comfort zone. Of course, there's times where like I'm in a performance or something like that where, I'm somewhere. I usually take time to myself before every performance because I need, everybody got a social media, and my social media sometimes is very low. So I sometimes have to take my time to myself to like step aside and center myself before I can, be really out there. And then after that, sometimes you'll see me rush off and sit by myself because I need to like reset. A big thing for me is just find what you're passionate about. And if you're really, really passionate about it, that's the one thing that'll that's the one thing that'll make you an extrovert in certain senses. Talk about what you really like. So music for me, I can talk about it forever. Other things, I might just walk and stand in a corner because like I can't do it. But music, I can talk about forever. So find something that you really enjoy, find something that is your true passion, and you'll find that you're not really an introvert at that moment. You find that you may sound like an expert in that certain field in that particular moment. So
yeah, so whenever you need that time to just sit back and reset, like what do you do? Do you meditate or anything?
Sort of like meditating. Basically, it's like kind of saying my affirmations to myself. Like, people are here to see you. People like your music. Like, they wouldn't be here if they didn't already like you. Now all you gotta do is give them a reason to like love you. Give them a reason to like come back. They're already here. They already like you. Don't worry about fucking up in that sense. You're already here, and they already fuck with you enough to be here. Now it's just to keep them.
Yeah.
So it's like those affirmations, and then just like going through like the list of things that I'm gonna do up there. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna perform this song, and this song, and then say my thank yous, and then we're done. And like kind of giving myself that laundry list, not to a T, of course, but like giving myself that list and saying my affirmations really get me through it.
That's amazing, and those affirmations will really help you like manifest success within your career too, even if you don't notice it. So that's really amazing. So what is your motto?
My motto is don't forget the period. Don't forget the period, because it's WHIT period. If you don't put the period on there, you might not find me.
Ah, yes, what with a period. So if you're looking for him on Spotify or anything, make sure you remember the period.
Yes. Do not forget the period. On all my clothes, it's going to say, on my merch and stuff like that, don't forget the period.
So do people like often spell your name without the period?
Oh my God, so much. People, the name question. I get the name question, where does your name come from? How do you pronounce it? Why is there a period at the end? Is it spelled wrong? And like, oftentimes people put Whit, shows. I've had show posters where they just put Whit, no period on it. I'm like, internally, I'm screaming. I can't, you can't yell at everybody about it, but it's like, I know I'm being like a artsy type of person, being like, spell my name right, but like, spell my name right. Like, it's not that, it's a period. It's a period. It's not that hard. It's a period. It's not that hard.
And you brought up the name question. Where does your name come from?
It actually comes from my middle name. So I am Jerry Whitney Joseph. That's my government. And for a long time, like, I used to get made fun of for Whitney being my middle name. My mom gave it to me. Where it comes from, I don't even think she knows. But Whitney's my middle name, and I just decided to go with Whit, because at a certain point, like when I played football as a kid, people used to call me Whit. They used to either call me JJ or Whit, so I just went with Whit.
Okay, so nickname turned artist name.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna go to our last question. What makes you rare?
What makes me rare, I would say probably my work ethic and my willingness to like just work with others. I'm a person that oftentimes I will say that I am a sum of like, I'm not myself a great artist alone or a good artist alone. I would say I'm a amalgamation of like all of the people that I've learned from, all my teachers, right? So Mastermind has been one of my recent teachers. Like I said, Jamarco was one of my recent teachers. Everybody I meet, I try to learn something from and try to like, build up who Whit is with that, right? So I would say just me being willing to learn and to work with so many other people in order to make something is a strength of mine. What makes me rare.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you for your time today and sitting down with me. And thank you for everyone for joining in. And remember, don't forget the period.
Don't forget the period.